What's happening, DG family? Just wanted to pop in and share a little story, show you what I know. So see this wall? It's a wall of achievement, but see, this more important. Not only have I achieved, I've helped. I've helped a lot. I've helped a lot of athletes in 25 years I've been out here. So, kind of know what I'm talking about. So everybody's, getting caught up with NIL, players now getting paid in their name, image, and likeness, as well as, transitioning onto their professional sport. The hard thing is not getting the right representation. It's not getting the right advice. Good thing is I did it the hard way. I had no advice. I had no representation. I had no guidance, and I still made it. Good thing is I learned the path. I learned the path that leads you to dead ends, and I learned the certain path that leads you to success. Now, and it's just for trial and error. So the cool thing is I had the opportunity to reach out to a lot of athletes, mentor a lot of athletes, the times that I've been here, and just, put them in the right position to make their own decisions for their own success. So when I went to school, this young man right here, he was a local athlete around here, number one running back in the nation. Some people may know him, Kevin Jones. We mentored Kevin through high school, just beyond the fact that we were in the right places at the right time. He was training at my college, university. And, he was open. He was open to listen. He was still young. He was still coachable. So he was open to listen to experience. And that's the most important thing is, can you listen to advice without, thinking that there's something underlining, and you really have to trust your network that people have, they've been in the position that you're in, and they only want the best for you. And that's what I've been. My whole, being of wanting to do this is I wish I had the guidance coming up and going through, my process of playing my sport and taking it to the next level. I wish I had the guidance that I'm now giving you. So this is kind of my give back. So with this young man, he went through, the recruitment stage. We put a lot of ideas out his way. I'm not saying that I thought of it, but we put a lot of ideas out his way, and he kind of did it from the time he got recruited, building a buzz around them. He's a local guy in Pennsylvania. Penn State really wanted him, but he was in transition of going between Penn State, Notre Dame, and Virginia Tech. And the only reason why he picked Virginia Tech is because the coach that he really liked got the job at Virginia Tech. He went down there. So, he already knew what he wanted to do, but, we built a little buzz behind it. And we're like, listen, there's no bad press. They're either going to love you or hate you. So, we came up with a little idea, and you see a lot of athletes doing this currently, building that buzz, kind of building controversy to build your brand. So what he did was, and a lot of people do remember this, it was very controversial. He got death threats, and, it is what it is, but he built his brand up. So what he did was during his signing to college, we told him, he said, look, put a Penn State jersey on. And underneath that Penn State jersey, make sure you have the real college you're going to choose. Either it's going to be Notre Dame or Virginia Tech. Now, we knew it was Virginia Tech. So the buzz was going out, and he announced himself, and he had a Penn State jersey on. Everybody was so super excited. Then he took it off, and it was a Virginia Tech jersey. And that's where his brand really took off. To the point where when Michael Vick had just went into the league, they retired his number. They wanted him so bad that they unretired Michael Vick's number and gave it to him. So you got to see, where this young man was. Now, with that, there comes a lot of, excitement. There comes a lot of, commercialization. There comes a lot of fame. And with that, your ego starts growing. But young athletes, you got to make sure that you stay focused on the people that, they put the good news in your head, the people that have been there before. Make sure you keep those mentors close to you. Because, again, majority of us, we only want the best for you. So this young man goes through his first, second, 2 years of school, starts doing phenomenal. He's battling for positions between him and another senior running back, Suggs. And he's doing phenomenal. So the reason why I'm telling this story is through his journey, he's growing, and he's more desirable. Now, me going through my stage and the people that I've met and the people that helped me out, going through college, they knew through one of my other teammates, they knew that I knew this young man. So At the time, one of my old teammates, he knew Randy Moss's agent. So they were out there in the West Virginia area, and they knew that I knew this young man. So they came to me and said, hey, listen, we're not going to give you any guarantees, but these are the certain people I represent. I represent Randy Moss. I represent Steve McNair at the time. I represent Brett Favre. And the smallest contract I've ever written was $95 million. So I had it. They gave me a packet of Kevin, all the accolades that he's done, letting them know that they're watching him. Told me to give it to him. So they, I took it back with me, no problem. Took a little bit of time to, kind of, find out where he was. And I ended up seeing his stepfather. So, his stepfather would come up to the facility and they would always train. So, I pulled him aside and I said, listen, I said, this big time agent found me. He really likes your son. He's almost guaranteeing he can go top 5. And if you know anything about top 5, that's the biggest payout, right? But at the time, agents are very, very savvy. And, there's a local guy they were messing with. And at the time, the family, they came from the local area, Chester. So it's not, it's not very well to do. And all of a sudden, Mercedes start popping up. Hummers start popping up. Lexuses. There's a lot of things getting thrown this family's way. I pulled them aside and said, listen, that agent, whoever you're working with, can get that money back. Nothing comes for free. So say if, they bought you a $100,000 car, once you get that, sign that contract, now you're paying back $300,000. It can happen that way. It might not be that big, but it can happen that way. And by the time taxes get taken out, agent fees get taken out, and all of the prizes that you got and presents you got taken out, you're not left with much. So, I looked at his father, his stepdad, said, listen, what you do is what you do. I'm just the messenger. Here it is. They reached out to me. They said that we really like your son, and here's opportunity for generational wealth. He looked at me and said, hey, we're going to go with a local guy. All I can say is when the draft day came around, I did my part. Whatever they decided to do, they did. Draft day came around. Kevin went with the local guy. There was a big hoopla. They had him over downtown at one of the local restaurants. Looking to go top 5. His name didn't get called until number 30. Got signed by the Detroit Lions, which wasn't very desirable at the time, especially for a running back of his stature. Hey, the rest is history. Did he make it to the league? Yeah. Was it very successful? He battled a lot of injuries, but the number one thing is your payday. You got to get that, that draft payday, because that's what really sets you aside from, injuries, sets you aside from, having to do these certain things that certain people have to do to make it happen. So again, when you have a mentor and you have somebody next to you that only wants the best for you and has been there and done that, humble yourself. Listen, because you could miss on something big. Not saying that, this young man right here didn't make it, because he did very well. However, generational wealth is not there. Keep ready, y'all.